Jake here for American Muscle, and today I'm taking a look at the BBK 1 7/8 inch long tube headers in titanium ceramic for 2008 and newer 6.1, 6.2, and 6.4 liter Hemi Challengers. If you're looking to take your exhaust to the next level or bring some noticeable power gains to your Challenger, a set of long tube headers should absolutely be on your list. These BBK headers offer solid performance gains, quality construction, all for an affordable price. Now, engines function essentially like an air pump, which you probably already know. Air goes in and thus it has to come out. So if you change up the flow on either side, your net result should be more power. Now, the long tube versus short tube header debate has been beaten to death all over the internet and at every car show you've ever been to. But the long and short of it is, see what I did there? If you're looking for high RPM power and more gains overall, long tubes are going to be the way to go. By nature of their design, they keep the exhaust gases separated for a longer period of time before more smoothly bringing them together in the collectors down here at the bottom. Now, there are a couple of things to note with these specific headers before we continue though. First is that these are going to require a tune. Since you're changing up the exhaust flow and the location of your oxygen sensors too, you need a tune to get things working together smoothly. You'll also need some oxygen sensor plug extensions, which we do have available on our site. The other thing to note is that this setup, as you can see, does not include mid-pipes. So you can use your factory mid-pipes or aftermarket ones of your choosing, so you don't have to go get new ones. You can just use what you've already got. Now again, these are large 1 7/8 inch primaries made of CNC-machined 16 gauge mandrel-bent tubing. So they're gonna have really excellent smooth flow, and they're significantly larger than your stock manifolds. Now, having this extra length versus shorties or your stock manifolds also helps to relieve back pressure, which is going to keep everything flowing nice and smoothly, and it's going to contribute to those power gains. As you can see, they also feature a titanium ceramic finish, so they're going to easily withstand heat, and it also means that you're not going to have to worry about them getting corroded or rusty over time. Now, the flanges up here are 3/8 inch thick, and they're die stamped for tight fitment too. So all this combines for a good fit and makes for unrestricted exhaust flow for more power and an awesome sound. And that is the other reason to get a set of long tubes: the noise. Now, these are gonna seriously wake things up. Long tubes are known to bring that loud, aggressive muscle car sound, and these are no exception. You're gonna get a noticeable difference in sound even if you are running those stock mid pipes and a stock catback. It's gonna be loud, so prepare yourself for that, especially so if you've got an aftermarket exhaust. But if you do want to keep a lid on things to some extent, again, you can run these with stock cats and your stock exhaust. But of course, they do pair nicely and they sound really good with aftermarket setups too. Now, we are not going to be dyno testing these, but BBK does claim upwards of 20 horsepower in improvement when you mount these on your car. We're going to leave exact measurements up to a dyno test, but just know that you are going to get an appreciable gain in power. Now, as for the cost, these are actually some of the least expensive long tubes out there for the Challenger, coming in at right around $700, and that is a bargain in the category for sure. You're still getting good quality construction, but just keep in mind that this doesn't necessarily include some other things like the mid pipes or the other ancillary bits you may want or need. This is perfect though if you've already got an aftermarket mid pipe, that aftermarket exhaust, and maybe if you've already got a tune as well, since you'll basically be able to bolt these on and get set up to go. But even without all that, if you're looking for long tubes and something that's going to make a real difference in performance, you can't go wrong with these. On that note, we need to talk about install. Not pulling any punches here, doing headers is not an easy job. These are going to come in at a 3 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and you should plan on it taking you the better part of a day to get this completed. While all the hardware and the new gaskets that you need are included in the box, doing these is going to test the metal of your toolbox and your skill set. This is a seriously involved job, especially if you don't have access to a lift. So of course, asking your preferred shop or mechanic to install these for you is always an option. And in a case like these, if you're not really comfortable diving in there this deep, professional installation is your best bet. As with most things though, if you have the skill set, the toolbox, and of course the time, you can do these at home, but make sure you're aware of how involved of a job it is before you attempt it. That's going to wrap it up for our review of the BBK 1 7/8 inch long tube headers in titanium ceramic for 2008 and newer 6.1, 6.2, and 6.4 liter Hemi Challengers. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Challenger, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.